on time. We're getting new people just about every day that haven't been there before.
You guys are doing good over there. Appreciate the work. Keeps Lawrence busy, I'm sure.
We try.
That's why he gets to be retired.
Sharon will say, "No, you can't have him today, I need him."
He can do anything if he wants to.
Next thing on the agenda is healthy living and healthy working.
Yeah, we stuck this back on here, as I mentioned earlier, to see if we can get a little more focus on it. I believe that I would be willing to take any suggestion under consideration and work with any office or any employees on what we might do to help ourselves, really. It's not one of those things that, you know, that anybody gets any benefit more than another one. It's whatever you get out of it yourself, whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out. And we got people that still working toward trying to watch their diets and things for nutritious materials and things that goes in, and people still, some are walking. We have some that are sliding back pretty fast on the smoking, the stop smoking thing, but that don't mean I'm going to forget about it. I still think that it's the worst thing you can do for your system. It shouldn't be done. And I don't know that I never want to cause a problem, but I really think that it's not a good statement for our county government to permit smoking back here on this wall back here by employees. Now, probably fixing to get in big trouble, but I just think that if we're going to be serious about it, let's be serious about it. And I guess I feel like the health department says that we should not permit it. And so I suspect we're going to hear something about that soon, but I don't know what the options are. The one I'd like to see is just quit smoking. I know that's, they tell me that's not, you know, easy to do. But maybe that we do have to put some signage up that you cannot smoke along this handicap access. That you go to your car, and of course when I say that, I think, well, God, you're going to make them die faster. Put them in a confined area and smoke. But I don't know. It just seems like we're going to have to do something here. We, meaning, I guess that's the what these other guys that the president of the commission do. You know, you've got to, somebody's got to do that. So I think it has to be addressed, and I'm probably going to do something here soon. Been thinking about it for 6 months, probably trying to figure out what could we do and what should we do. I've looked across and around and trying to figure out a place where could they go, because I know they're going to smoke. And I fussed at them about a year or two ago for hiding in the bathrooms, you know, and all that. But it's just one of those things that part of a healthy workplace, smoking can't be part of it if you're trying to promote that. And that's what I feel like we're trying to do as a commission, to make people healthier for their own good. It may help get more work done. I doubt that. People are pretty well going to do what they're going to do, all they can do. I mean, they get the job done. But I do know that when you're out on the back smoking, it becomes a social atmosphere. And you spend more time out there than maybe you aim to. You know, you go out and take a 3-minute break and it ends up maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. But, and I, of course, when I'm here, I'm not here all the time. When I walk by, I either look at them or say something to them. They just, I know. So it's not one of those things they don't know. It just, it hurts me to see people not, when they quit smoking, that they start back. And that, it just, you know, just bothers me because there's just too much research out there. It's the worst thing you can do for that human body. And we're going to work on it. We're going to take suggestions, and that probably won't be one of them, but will be for some people. But what can we do to help you be better to yourself is the idea. So, and if you all want to chime in and let me know what you think, that's all right too.
Don't send the smokers across the street.
I tell you what I did the other night. I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I wake up and think, write this stuff down. I get a thought, I said, well, I'm gonna do Rick in. I'm gonna tell,
That was my thoughts.
that's why I did come across the screen. I stand more out of sight underneath Rick's window.
Smoking area sign. I do know, I used to smoke. I quit, actually, gosh, I smoked for 8 years. I quit, I've been quit for about 4 years now, 3 or 4. And I know that when I couldn't smoke, let's see, where was it? In my house. I think I started making this rule. I was like, well, I can't smoke in my apartment anymore. So it's like when you take away that spot to socialize and smoke in, it actually makes people smoke less. Like I just know that from experience. So I think it's a good idea. I mean, I'm not saying
There's
not
studies
everybody.
that show that too. I mean, it's something you see a lot. A lot of people do has it as a social activity. The problem is it's a nicotine addiction, you know, that they get under and things. So it's and that's what we're talking about is an addiction to a substance that, and you know, people, you know how they get if they don't get to smoke, and you know, it's terrible that people put themselves in that situation. But you know, as they were growing up, I know when we were all growing up, it was okay to smoke because, you know, smoking wasn't, according to what the tobacco companies were telling Congress, it wasn't bad to do. And, you know, we used to see breast cancer being the #1 killer of women until it all become vogue from the smoke. Now it's lung cancer and breast cancer. So, you know, and I know you all, some of y'all know it firsthand, but, you know, there is, and you really can't dictate to people to stop or whatever. I was thinking when Charles said it really upset him when people went back to smoking, and I guess I've gotten a thick skin over 30 years being a physician that this is something that's really hard for them to do. You know, the only thing I've seen harder to do than that has been getting these people off these prescription medications that they don't need to be on. And that's how bad of an addiction we're talking about. But every little bit we can do to help, we ought to do it to help. And you know, there's also the problem of secondhand smoke and what it does to people around them and things of that nature. So, and that's why you see all the drives and the law changes, I think, are related to the liability that exists with people getting lung cancer from secondhand smoke and things of that nature.
But as you were saying though, if you do open it up to where you got a group of people going to one area, it becomes more of a social thing, and which will make everything even harder to quit. Because now you got the social activity along with the nicotine.
Yeah, we're not very good as individuals. We need people around us, don't we? Well, that's just the way that we are. We're that type of social creature. Yeah, Mike. He's quit, I know. Mike, I used to get on him when I had him.
I will say that Charles has been trying to get me to quit for 40 years.
I was his principal in 71 or 2, somewhere right there.
And I do smoke. But anything that someone can do for me to help me quit, I appreciate it.
Quit going out for fresh air.
Exactly. If I can't smoke out there, I don't have a problem with that. Anything that anyone can do to help me quit.
Ban the whole parking lot.
Well, and you know, I don't have people afford it. Of course, you know, I'm talking about my own family. I get on my kids. I mean, one of them smokes. She hides when she sees me coming.
She thinks you don't know.
Oh, she.
Besides, I just shined these shoes and you're stepping all over.
Okay, move on. Yeah, Judy, let's do the one that costs all this money. We are in the process ready to request the commission to vote to make the official purchase of the building across the street. And as of right now, it's a non-smoking area, I believe, being the church. So we hope we can keep it that way. But we do have on here to purchase it. There will be other work that has to be done as far as a contract to be initiated before any money's exchanged and what we're getting. And we have already been assured that the property is in order to be sold as far as deeds in order and things like that. The prosecutor has researched that and assured us all that. But in order to take over the purchase of the building and be in control of it, we felt like we wanted a contract, and they agreed that we would do that and sit down. We've talked about some of the issues. Just when do we take it? what condition do we want it in, what are they gonna leave there, what are they gonna take out, when they're gonna take it, and those kind of things, and, we've talked about, we just haven't got it all put together yet, but at some point, we will have that contract, and once that is presented to us and we get it approved, we'll bring it to the commission to approve, and then if there's no other questions or concerns, we'll be ready to cut the check and get a new deed for the property. So we'll move right on that, and everything seems to be that the family court is ready to work with us and trying to get going first, and then we'll move into the magistrate court. But we'll focus first on the family court, and we are in the process of getting an architect to be interviewed. The process you gotta go through to select your architect, and I think we've got to add in the paper to start taking applications for people who may want to do that. So we'll be talking about that as the commission as we move down the line too. With that, I'll ask the commission to consider the purchase of the Trinity Methodist Church in the amount of $500,000.
Make a motion.
I'll second that.
Been motion and second, being all yes vote, motion carries.
I just want to just speak just a second about, I talked with Judge Ellswick and Judge Hoke, and have spoken with one of the magistrates, and they're all really positive about this. They really feel that this is something that needs to be done. Of course, I think we're kind of required to do these type things, and although it's the amount of money that we could use for other things, I think if you're required to do something that can get it done for a lot less than what we looked at before as far as getting this facility operational, I think you have to do it, so.
We appreciate that. It is tough. It's a lot of money, and a lot of water lines out there, or something. It is one of those things that we have to have the space. There is, I guess, some bright side to it in order to, you're making those people's job work better, making the facility better for them, but it will increase the square footage of space they have, and we do get paid for that space from the Supreme Court. So they're already looking at how many square feet we're going to need, how much more they're going to pay us. So there will be money coming back in, but it's a lot of money going out.
Next thing on the agenda is new business. I need a motion to approve the bills as submitted for payment.
So,
The motion is second, being all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the appointment standing vacation of the Lincoln County Commission by Merle U. Clark.
Make a motion.
second.
The motion is second, all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the exoneration orders as submitted by Tracy Dempsey, Assessor.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second, being all yes, motion carries.
I need the motion to approve the employment of Tabitha Black as supervisor for the National Emergency Grant Flood Relief.
Make a motion.
Second.
The motion is second, all yes, and the rate of pay is $14 per hour, and it's reimbursed.
Right.
All yes vote, motion carries.
I need a motion to accept the resignation of Clinton Lucas as a member of the Farmland Preservation Board of Directors.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second, all yes, motion carries.
He's been on that a long time.
Yeah, he was on the original, his health issues, most part of it is. He's done a good job. He's our treasurer too. And you may say, well, why'd you stick somebody right on there to replace him? Because we need somebody on there, and this person's willing to serve. It's hard to get, we've tried, we put ads in the paper, and people just don't seem to step forward to be on the Farmland Preservation Board, although just meet 1 hour a month. But it's just one of those things that doesn't seem to have much interest in. Of course, people who are farmers, they probably don't have the time to drive in here and do that. They've got work to do. We've had a couple on there, they just can't hang in there with it. But Becky Ferguson, in the next item there, she is her husband and her father both are farmers down in Lower Mud, and she's the principal here at the middle school. She said she could work in her schedule to help out and be there and come just walk across. Really, we meet just across from the school there, and so she's willing to do it. I said, well, I'm gonna take your name and see if we can get you appointed. Anyway, the next item.
to appoint Rebecca Ferguson as a member of the Farmland Preservation Board of Directors.
Make a motion.
I'll second. Move to second. All yes, motion carries.